December 22nd, St. Francis Xavier Cabrini. St. Francis Xavier Cabrini was born as Maria Francesca Cabrini on July 15, 1850, in Lombardy, Italy. She was born 2 months premature and the youngest of 13 children. Unfortunately, only 3 of her siblings survived past adolescence, and Frances would live most of her life in a fragile and delicate state of health. Frances became dedicated to living a life for religious work from a young age and received a convent education at the school ran by the Daughters of the Sacred Heart. She graduated with high honors and a teaching certificate. When Frances was 18, she applied for a mission to the religious congregation of the Daughters of the Sacred Heart, but was turned down because of her poor health. Instead, a priest asked her to teach at the House of the Providence Orphanage in Italy. She taught at the girls' school for 6 years and drew a community of women in to live the religious way of life. In 1877, she became Mother Cabrini after she finally made her vows and took the religious habit, also adding Xavier to her name in honor of St. Francis Xavier. When the House of Providence Orphanage closed, her bishop asked her, along with 6 other women, to found the Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart to care for the poor children in both schools and hospitals. Francis composed the rule and the constitution for the Religious Institute. In its first 5 years, the Institute established 7 homes and a free school and nursery. Francis wanted to continue her mission in China, but Pope Leo XIII asked her to go to the United States, a nation that was becoming flooded with Italian immigrants who needed her help. On March 31, 1889, Francis arrived in New York City, along with the 6 other sisters, ready to begin her new journey. However, right from the beginning, she encountered many disappointments and hardships. The house originally intended for her new orphanage was no longer available, but she did not give up, even though the Archbishop insisted she return to Italy. After she refused, the Archbishop found them housing with the convent of the Sisters of Charity. Francis then received permission to found an orphanage in what is now West Park, New York, and now known as St. Cabrini Home. Filled with a deep trust in God and endowed with a powerful administrative ability, Francis founded 67 institutions, including orphanages, schools, and hospitals, within 35 years dedicated to caring for the poor, uneducated, sick, abandoned, and especially for the Italian immigrants. Her institutions were spread out in places all over the United States, including New York, Colorado, and Illinois. Frances was known for being as resourceful as she was prayerful. She was always able to find people to donate their money, time, and support for her institutions. In 1909, Francis became a naturalized citizen of the United States of America. 8 years later, on December 22, 1917, Francis died at the age of 67 due to complications from dysentery at the Columbus Hotel, one of her own hospitals in Chicago, Illinois. Francis's body was originally placed at the St. Cabrini home, but was exhumed in 1931 as part of her canonization process. Francis has 2 miracles attributed to her. She restored the sight to a child who was believed to have been blinded by excess silver nitrate, and she healed a terminally ill member of her congregation. St. Francis Xavier Cabrini was beatified November 13, 1938 by Pope Pius XI and canonized by Pope Pius XII on July 7, 1946, making her the first United States citizen to be canonized. She is patron saint of immigrants.